Okay, here I'm at the 2011 CES, and the convention's just getting started today, so I'm going to go check out what's going on and how this is set up and what new technologies we've got this year. Here's some new Sony Vaio products, and you know, the Sony Vaio line has traditionally not been one that's been big on my list, but this particular line looks real interesting. These look like they're fairly solid built. This particular one has a Core i7 and i5 options with RAID and a 13.1-inch LED backlit display, which is really interesting because LED backlit displays are going to have a much better picture when you're out, especially in the sunlight possibly, so that's real interesting. They also have these durable keyboards, which are real common and popular over the years. I've seen a lot of those, but Sony's manufacturing their own line of Vaio durable keyboards, which is real interesting. So here's one interesting technology that I've run across so far. This is a personal viewing device for movies, which actually allows you to see in 3D without glasses. So by adjusting the screen to the height of the user and getting the perfect viewing angle from the screen, you get the 3D effect with no glasses at all, which is really amazing. I've never actually seen a 3D effect with no 3D glasses before, so that's pretty impressive. There's a lot of technologies here this year that involve 3D, and Sony has a whole bunch of them. So it's very impressive. I haven't seen a lot of this stuff before, and I'm real excited to see what we're going to come across out here, because 3D that doesn't require glasses and things like that is really things we've been looking for a long time. But behind me here there's a display that I'm going to check out in a while, which is actually has people wearing a 3D headset, which is completely new and unique, and totally immerses you into the experience. So I'm really excited about getting to check that out. So far I've seen a lot of 3D technology. I've seen a lot of digital camera technology, some real interesting mounting solutions. There's a lot of new screen mounting solutions. So I'm about to go into the Microsoft area and hit their booth and go on to the next section here, which is going to cover a lot of the IT related products that are really interesting. So, as we all know, the Windows smartphones, the new Windows phone from Microsoft is a big deal for them, and they've got it here, obviously. I'm going to take a look at it and see what it's all about. This device here is the HTC Mozart, which is one of the new Microsoft phones here, and I have not ever used one of these before, so I hit the home button and I see it takes me here. They've laid it out a little differently. The interface is quite a bit different than it used to be. I see they have more social networking things, your email right there, contacts, maps, all of these good things. It looks like you can scroll through this interface and actually manipulate the programs that you're going to run from this desktop environment here. It even slides back and forth to go to different functions. This looks like some software settings, different applications that are installed. So this is a totally different kind of interface. I haven't ever seen a phone interface like this before, so this is very, very interesting. The large focus of the Microsoft booth is the Xbox solution and the Kinect, which is fantastic new technology that's really going to change the way I think we all interact with our computers. So very important stuff to learn about, and they've got all of it right here. So here the Kinect is in action with little rooms set up here here, little bubbles that Microsoft has set up here at the show with different people that are just plugging in there and getting a chance to explore and use the Kinect for the first time. So here we have some of the people boxing, some people here from the shows, some people doing a dance game, or at least looking at how to go about doing it. So, you know, this is the technology of the future. I would say that if there's one major technology that I've seen come out in the last 12 months, it's got to be the Kinect interface, because that interface is going to get moved to the PC, and when it does, that's going to change everything. It's going to change how we interact with our computers completely. And that's what we need, is a completely new way of interacting with our PCs and with our entertainment, with all of our consumer electronics, because it's time. The mouse and keyboard have been around for a very long time, and Microsoft has finally come out with something that looks like it may be able to really do a good job at taking over the mouse and the keyboard. I think one of the real interesting things that I see here is that Microsoft is pushing their Windows Live service out in a lot of really interesting ways. So they're trying to connect Windows Live to not just the Xbox, but to the phone, to your PC, and to push out your whole experience across multiple devices and multiple platforms. Very interesting.
We believe them. Yes, yes. So this, and the price point is actually pretty cheap on this. I'm not sure exactly. This is a DVT sample. Right, but it's actually quite an Intel learning system also, part of the educational systems. So large governments, you know, buy these for schools and things like that. So these are just some of the devices that have the Atom chip inside, which is what this Atom Zone here is discussing. So we have all different manufacturers' tablets, right over here on the right. Over here we have all different brands of netbooks. And then around the booth here, there's all different uses for the Atom processor. These are all Atom. I'm not sure, all different. Right. All different atoms in there.
So here's a new kind of motion controller. This is very interesting. I mean, we've seen a lot of motion controllers here at the show this year, and I think we're going to see a lot more of this technology in the future between the Kinect and everything else. But this particular one appears that it just emulates a mouse, and it looks very similar to any given type of input device that you would normally be able to connect. So very interesting. So far, I'm somewhere around 1/8 of the way across the show floor. I still haven't covered the center of the area I was in, and I still haven't hit some of the other exhibit halls as well. So there's quite a bit of technology this year, and so far the highlights have been the motion controlling and the 3D. Those are huge advances that we're seeing that are really hitting the floor. Now I think that the 3D has a little bit of distance left to go before it's really there, but we're getting really close, and we're seeing some just truly amazing things. So in all this area behind me, there's a large amount of international exhibits which have all the vendors from around the world congregated in one area. And I'm going to look through here and see if there's anything real interesting that we need to find out about. So one thing that is major technology we've been seeing real popular lately has been the tablet evolution, and it's more been a revolution than an evolution. So the tablet is a device that is bringing a whole new way of holding and viewing and optimizing that experience. And this organization here, Adata.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. This organization obviously sees that and has some really, looking like some innovative products here that are designed to help protect and optimize the way that you go about looking at and experiencing your tablet. So here's one thing that caught my eye, wireless HDMI. And here we have a product by YYW, which is actually a HDMI wireless transceiver and receiver and transmitter here. So this is a product that operates at about 30 meters, and it's one of the few good-looking wireless HDMI products that I've seen. So something to keep an eye on. So here's a real innovative company, PowerRocks, and they've developed a wide range of these very sophisticated battery extension devices and various kinds of adapters that connect onto the iPhone and other phone models as well, and can really substantially increase the battery life of the devices that they're attached to. So a real innovative company, very interesting, definitely one to follow. So I've had a chance to go through most of the international booths here at CES, and what I've seen is a few trends that are real interesting. Well, obviously the Chinese are really big on patents right now, and they've been pushing get as many patents out there as possible. That's been a big thing the Chinese government's been telling the companies to do. Patent, patent, patent. Well, they've been doing it. I'll tell you what. There are so many innovative products here. It is just gadgetry all over the place. But there's a few trends. One, there's quite a few companies that are doing power boxes for external batteries, essentially, that attach and integrate into phones like iPhones and Android devices. Quite a few companies really are pushing that because the Chinese recognize that the big limitation of the smartphones right now isn't really the device's power, or the device's CPU power. It's the device's physical power. The juice that runs through that thing runs dry. I mean, I've had to do quite a bit of power management today to be able to have any kind of battery life in my phone, and I've got about 5 different devices with me, including 3 different phones, just so I can have utility devices to have power on. I've seen a bunch of things related to video as well. Small cameras, very, very inexpensive integrated cameras, specialized integration of cameras, waterproof cameras, cameras that mount to your head, cameras that are on airplanes and remote-controlled vehicles, all kinds of things. So the Chinese have quite a bit of innovation here, especially Shenzhen. There's a lot of tablet-based devices. There's a lot of keyboards that attach to tablet-based devices. Fold-over tablet holders that integrate the keyboard and the tablet and let you get a good angle to a display to watch video and different things on it. So there's just some really good trends here that I'm seeing, and some exciting technologies to really, really keep a close eye on.